Alright guys, so I'm kind of excited to do this video because I'm going to show you how to get all three, your Experian, your Equifax, and TransUnion credit reports and scores from the same website for just over just over a $1. Okay, a little over $1. All right. In fact, it's about $1.07. All right. Now, the reason why I'm doing this once again is because I have a good amount of individuals who are asking me how to do this. So instead of repeating myself over and over and over, which I don't mind doing, I can just send you the link to this video and um, you know just follow the instructions and you'll see how you can get this done. Now, in addition to this, you'll get your credit reports. You want to save them so that when you and I meet or we discuss this over the phone, I can take a look at your credit reports and I can tell you exactly what you need to do in order to enhance your credit score. So let's begin. Number one, my um, preferred choice of a website is this one over here called creditchecktotal.com. So very simple. Just Google Credit Check Total, and just so you know, you're going to be subscribing for a credit monitoring service. Okay. Now, remember, it's only going to be $1 for 7 days. You have 7 days to cancel that membership. Usually, when I have individuals come in here and they sit down and we go inside, and we go in, and when we go in the website, as soon as we're done, as soon as we get the credit reports, before they leave, right? We call up and we cancel the membership. It only takes about 3 or 4 minutes. Really easy to cancel the membership. So that being said, let's continue. So I'm gonna click on here, creditchecktotal.com, or over here. They're both the same. Let's click on here. Okay. So what you're gonna see over here is this website. Now, just so you know, this website is associated with this credit bureau. Remember, there's three credit bureaus. There's TransUnion, there's Equifax, and there's Experian. Now, this one over here is Credit Check Total is associated with Experian. All right. And the cool thing with this website is that when you go inside of it, all right, they allow you to get your three credit scores with your well, not your three credit scores, your scores with the three credit bureaus and the credit reports, and you'll see which reports are have which accounts. All right, so let's see over here. Okay, so you would have to click on this over here. So where it says check your credit, see your three credit reports and FICO scores for just $1. Get your three credit reports and FICO scores. Okay. Now, before I continue, also, if you see up here in this paragraph, let me do this. It clearly says when you order your $1 credit report and FICO scores here, you will begin a 7-day trial membership in Experian Credit Check Total. You may cancel your trial membership at any time within 7 days without charge. If you decide not to cancel, or if you forget to cancel, your membership will continue and you will be billed for just $29.99 for each month that you continue your membership, and you could cancel anytime after that. All right. So let's zoom out. Okay. So let's click on this. All right. Now we're not gonna do the whole process right now, because if I fill this in, it's going to notice that I already have an account with them, so it's going to deny me to submit and continue. So it's very simple. First name, last name, current address, put in your zip code, and the city and the state will pop up. Put your phone number, put your email address. Have you lived at this address for the last 6 months? If it's yes, then put yes. Or no, no. Keep this clicked. Keep this checked if you want to receive emails from them. And over here, usually what I put, what is the main reason you visited Experian today? I would put check in my report for accuracy. That's what I do for every individual that comes in. Now, when you press submit and continue, it's going to request for your social security number, your full social, or sometimes the last 4 digits of your social, your date of birth. It's also going to request for an ID and a password. Now, jot that ID and that password down. All right. Usually, what I do with individuals, it's their complete name, so their first name and their last name, and maybe like the street that they live on, and then the zip code afterwards, right? So like let's say it's I'm on McBride Avenue right now, so the password would be McBride 07501, right? So it just depends on who the person is. I mean, you could pick any password. I'm just saying that just keep it simple. Um, then it's gonna ask you for your debit or your credit card, and it's gonna say right here that it's gonna charge you $1.07. I think it's either $1.07 or $1.10. All right, and then you submit and continue. Then after that, it's gonna ask you these personal financial questions, right? Some of which I like, only you can answer. So I'll give you an example. It's gonna say, um, who was, here are a list of four employers. All right, who did you work for in the last 10 years? So it'll say, A, B, C, D, and just click on the one that you work for or that you currently work with. But if it's none of them, then press E, which is none of the above. It may ask, these are, here are four phone numbers that you may have at one time been associated with. So click on the one that you have been associated with, but if it's none of them, press E for none of the above. It may ask, in August of 2017, you took out a mortgage. With which bank was this mortgage, with? So A, B, C, D. If it's one of them, click on that one. If not, then none of the above. All right. So once again, it's just questions that only you can answer. Once you answer them correctly, it's going to take you to another page where you can then see your credit report and your credit scores. All right. So this is what I'm going to do right now. So as I mentioned, just keep in mind, keep that ID and keep that password. And once again, what you are doing is you are subscribing to a credit monitoring service. Okay, now you may want to continue with this service. Okay, so just so you know, about 4 years ago I stopped using it. I had it for about 2 years, and that's because my identity was stolen. And just so everybody knows, most people's identities unfortunately will be stolen at one time in their lives. I don't think it's a matter of if, it's a matter of when. It's, I compare it to, somebody hoping and wishing that they will never get sick in their life, but you're gonna get sick one day. You can't avoid it, whether it's the cold, whether it's the flu, whatever it is, whether it's a stomach virus, you are going to get sick one day. All right, and it's once again not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. Now, some people like this membership. Some people pay the $30 a month. Like I said, I did it because my identity was stolen, and it, all this was kind of new to me. So I wanted to protect myself, and thankfully nothing happened. But in the meantime, I kind of learned about about securing my identity, so I didn't feel like I needed this anymore. But I felt good about it. So every time I applied for credit, what Credit Check Total did was they kind of blocked whatever bank was told the bank, hey, look, you need to call Roberts first, and they just wanted to make sure that it was me who was actually applying for this. So it's a good service, and you may or may not need it, but I'm not making this video to I guess like promote this website. I'm just letting you know that it is an option that you have right now. Most people who come and sit down with me, they don't want it, and that's okay. They just want to get their credit reports and their credit score. So let's continue with this. Okay, so now that you logged on, what's gonna happen is you're gonna get. Now I'm gonna log into my creditchecktotal.com membership, which by the way is free. I get this for free, and I'll show you exactly how you can get it for free. So I'm gonna sign on. Now the next page that's gonna come on. Oh, I gotta text myself now, and I have to put in this code, which I'm gonna get pretty soon. I usually don't get this. I get it every now and then, but I was not expecting this. Okay, there you go. Now this is the next page that you usually get. All right. once you have this for free. All right, and I'm gonna show you how you can get this for free. So I'm gonna click on no, keep my current membership, because I want my current membership, which is I have access to this website without paying anything, as you can see over here, $0. So I'm gonna click on that. All right, so once you go in here for the first time, this is what you're going to see. All right, so you're going to see your credit snapshot. All right, it's going to tell you, it's going to basically, once again, just give you a snapshot of your credit report according to Experian. For right now, just Experian. All right, now I can go over this in another video. All right, but what I want to just do for this video is show you just how to get your credit report and your credit score. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up here and I'm going to go to credit reports, right? So I click on that, and as you can see over here, it's giving me the option of getting my Experian score, my Equifax score, and my TransUnion score. All right, now when I first subscribed to this about a year and a half ago, again, when I did it again, all right, after not using it for about 2 or 3 years, all right, I was able to get my Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion just like you will, because I went on this again kind of like as a newbie. All right, so I left it for a few years, and I came back, and they gave me the opportunity to come back as a newbie, and I only paid the $1, and I got my Experian and my Equifax and TransUnion. But that was back in May. All right, so what happened was that because I did not renew the membership, all right, credit check total, and if you can see over here, credit check total, that sign that's like credit check total is gone, and it's been replaced with Experian, because as I mentioned, credit check total is basically Experian. All right, so now I have over here my Experian credit report. All right, but I have to press this button over here, print report, and then I'm gonna get my report. Just a moment, please. It's being generated and will load momentarily. Okay, so here we go. So here we go. So they generated. So this is my latest credit report from June the 12th of 2021. Today's a few days afterwards. It's June 18th today. And it shows me, what my credit report is like. Now, I'm not going to scroll through this because once again, I just want to show you like how to get this. Okay, so let's go back to here, and once again, this is my Experian. So you see this up here, says Experian. Now, because you're gonna go on this for the first time, all right, and I can't do this, so I can't show you this. You're gonna click on the Equifax, and you see with the Experian, hold on, let me go back. It says over here print report. Hold on, it's still running. Okay, so when I click on Experian, it will show up on yours because you're in that 7-day trial. It will say print report over here. Same thing with TransUnion. If you click on this, it's going to say print report over here. Okay, now it may say review all 3 FICO scores. Now, if I press this, then I'm going to have to make a payment of $30. I don't need to do that right now for me. And I could talk about this in another video. I actually have I have another account with Equifax with the official, like My Equifax. I think it's called myequifax.com, and the same thing with TransUnion. I don't pay for that, and I get my my credit scores there and my credit reports also. All right, but this is for, once again, you guys who are listening to this, who just want to go into one web page and get all 3 credit reports and 3 credit scores. Okay, so once again, once you click on the Equifax or TransUnion and you press on review all 3 FICO scores, you're not going to have to pay more than that $1 that you already paid. And then a page is going to, this is going to generate a page where it's going to say over here print report. Then you're going to be able to print the Experian report, the Equifax report, and the TransUnion report. Okay, and then bam, you got them. All right, so what I highly suggest you do is, okay, this is my report. What I always do with every individual is, when they're sitting down next to me, I do this. I print and I save it. Okay, and I save it as a PDF. All right, so let me make this smaller here so you can see. Okay, so it's loading preview. Okay, So there are a total, what is it, 35 pages with this credit report. All right, and I save as a PDF. I press save, and then I save it in my, in my G Drive or in my downloads, on my laptop or in my desktop, whatever it is that you may have. Save it so that you have it, all right? And also save it so that when you and I speak about this, I have a reference. And this is what you want. You want these reports as a reference to help you out so you can enhance your report. So let's cancel this because I don't need to save this. And then bam, that's it. All right. Now, once again, you have 7 days to call up creditchecktotal.com to cancel this, because this is basically what you want. That's all you want for right now. I mean, you could play around with all this, all right? You have 7 days to do it. Go ahead, keep it, take a look at it, and just play around with it. I mean, I suggest you do. Just don't forget to cancel your membership within 7 days if you don't want them to charge you $29. Well, it's really $30, okay? Now, just a few other things that I wanted to mention. So, remember how I mentioned there's that ID and that password? Write that down, because what you can also do is this. All right, so I'm going to click on this. You see this app over here? You can go into your Play Store, you can go to your App Store, all right? Download this app, and it's free, okay? Use your ID and your password to get into this, into basically creditchecktotal.com, all right? And you will always have it, all right? Now, how do you get it for free? It's very simple. Once you unsubscribe from this membership, you still have access to creditchecktotal.com, to this Experian website, all right? But what Experian will not give to you, they will not give you updated Equifax and TransUnion's credit scores or reports from then on, but they will give you their own Experian credit score and credit reports. So, for example, when I started this back in May, all right, mid-May of 2020, all right, I got my 3 scores, okay, my 3 reports and my 3 scores, and then when I unsubscribed, on the 8th day, I checked on I know about 1 month later, all right, I got onto the website again. I can't remember if it was on the website or if it was on the app, but what happened was I was able to only get an updated Experian report. Okay, so you see over here, these are my updated Experian reports. I wasn't able to do that, all right, and there's more. There's view all, right? It goes back for a year. So this is June 12th, May 19th, April 22nd, April 21st, because my report was just getting updated because maybe I paid off, not paid off, but my balances on a credit card was lower, or I got a credit limit increase, so my credit report was getting updated. That's why I have these dates. This is 1 day apart. This is less than a month apart. My score was updated actually twice in 1 day over here on June 12th. All right. Now, as I mentioned, by the time June of 2020 came around, by the time June 2020 came around, I wasn't able to get my Equifax or my updated Equifax or TransUnion credit scores, credit reports. It was only the Experian one. All right. So just keep that in mind. Now, you could get them if you remain as a member, if you pay the $30, and you can get them off from this one website. All right. Or you could go into the Equifax website and the TransUnion website, and you could get that updated as well. All right. So some people just like being on one website; it's just more convenient for them, paying the $30, and also keeping the security, with the identity, because once again, this is a credit monitoring service. So it's up to you, really. Okay. So going back to this app, use your ID and your password, and everything that you get here, you can get in this app on your phone. Okay. You will get access to Experian credit reports and score, but you will not get access to your Equifax and your TransUnion. Okay. Now, just so you know, this is free. You don't have to pay for this. So you only have to pay the $1.07 or 10 cents one time, and that's it. Okay, that's it. Now, you may ask, why is this free? It's very simple. Because this website knows that you're coming on here to monitor your credit, and what they also do is they give you options of credit cards. They're selling you items. Okay, so I just clicked on credit cards, and I'll give you an example. All right. So it's searching, and trying to match my profile with some of the credit cards that they have, some of the companies that they've teamed up with. All right. So, you know, Experian is hoping that I will click on this button over here, and it seems that I have a 98% match over here, and I have a 100% match and a 100% match over here. They're hoping that I will, for example, apply over here and get approved. Now, most likely, I will get approved for this card. I don't want this card right now. I don't need the card right now. All right. So I don't even know if I need it ever. Okay, to be honest. Or the same thing with Discover. All right. But if I click on this, it's going to send me to another web page that is linked with Experian. So if I get this card, basically Experian gets a little piece of the pie. They get like a referral fee from Citi Cards, okay, from Citi Custom Cash Card, because I went through Experian's website to get this card. Now keep in mind that these are your matches, but they match based on my profile. So as you probably saw, my credit summary, my scores were in the high, like in the mid 700s, right? So 764. All right. So they're gonna match me with whatever cards are matched for 764. But let's just say you know your score is 550. You're still gonna get these credit card offers, and they're gonna match you with the credit cards that they feel are good for you, and they're still gonna make money from it. Most of these credit cards, especially if you have a 550 score, they're probably some of these cards that will give you, you know, a $300 $400 credit limit, and you may have to pay like $50 for an annual fee. And you know what? That's where we can start, especially you know, if your credit is not so hot, right? So you know, it's up to you if you want to apply for it. You know, but that, you know, you would have to do some research on that and see if that's something that you want to do. All right, let me wrap this up. All right, I don't want to take that long with it. Let me see when you sign up. Blah, blah, blah. I'm just looking at some notes over here, and that is about it, I think. Yeah. If you have any questions regarding this, give me a call. My number is 908-432-2526. Oh, and before I forget, let's take a look at how we can, what is it? We can cancel our membership. So there's a phone number that you would have to call. It's 1-866-506-7894. You call up, it asks for your social security number, it asks for your zip code, and then I think the first question is, do you have a question regarding membership or cancellation? Or no, membership. Press 1, then press 1. And then it asks, do you have a question regarding your payments, or are you trying to cancel, you know, this membership? Press 1, then press 1. And then it says, if you're trying to cancel your membership, press 1, then press 1 again. Okay. And then the next thing you're going to hear is, you know, they're basically trying to keep you as a client, which is their job. All right, I get it, and you should understand that as well. But you know, like, since I've been doing this, I've never had to speak with a live human being. It's just like an automated message, and it's gonna say something like, well, you know, instead of paying $29.99, you can pay, I think, like $5 or $10, and you could keep this, whatever. And just listen to it for about a minute, and it's gonna say, if you want to continue with this, press 1. If you want to continue with the cancellation, press 2. So press 2, and that's it. You're done. You canceled your membership. You've only paid the $1.07, and you have your 3 credit reports and your scores, and then you can begin with fixing your credit and enhancing your credit. All right, and that's when you, if you have any questions for me, at least now you can send over your credit reports, and I'll take a look at it. We can take a look at it together, and I'll tell you exactly what needs to get done. Now, another number that you could call also is, where's contact us to cancel the membership, would be this one right over here. Is that the same one I gave? No, this is 866-617-1894. Or once again, the number that I always call, I don't know how I got this other number. It's 866-506-7894. All right. So now you know how to get this. Now there's no excuse. All right. Get it. Once again, it's only going to cost you $1. You get to keep the membership just with Experian. It's free. You can download it on your app. You can even still check on on your computer, and it's a great tool to have because you're monitoring you yourself are monitoring your own credit. Just Experian. But whatever your Experian score is going to look like, let's say 6 months from now, and you don't have access yet to your Equifax or your TransUnion, that's okay. Most likely, it's going to be very similar. Whatever your Experian score looks like, your TransUnion and your Equifax are going to be very similar as well. Okay, so that's about it. Once again, any questions, call me. My name is Robert Savori. My phone number is 908-432-2526. I cannot remember anything else that I needed to speak about. Yeah, see you in the next video.